Right. Our main our main heading was protecting the computer, actually securing your computer in hardware and software, physically and logically. So I have already explained you. So what are the computer hardware? What are the components? And how we can protect these computer hardware from different threats. And so we need to know about the other side, which is the software side also. But before we begin, I would like to remind you again, since we have not discussed this same topic for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I think some of you forgot the topic. Therefore, I would like to remind that again and come to the software protection topic. Right. So this is under security of the computer system, the third lesson. Security of the computer system, which is third lesson. As I said, the security can be provided in two ways. The first thing is hardware or the physical security. The second thing is software, which is logical security. So which is easy? Is it physical or logical?
Physical.
Right? Which is easy?
Physical security. Physical?
Physical. Yes, why? Because the physical security is easy because you can see the equipment. When you see the equipment, it is very easy to protect because the equipment is available to you and it is visible to you. So it is very, very easy to protect when the equipment is available. Right? When the equipment is available, it's very easy to protect the equipment. Right? That is the nature. And so think about data which is not visible, which is maybe inside a pen drive, inside a CD, DVD, or hard disk. But externally, the hard disk can be protected because we know it is a hard disk. But within the device, when there's data within the device, we don't know what's it. So it is very difficult to see them. It is very difficult to view what is inside them, and it's difficult to protect them because of that reason. It's difficult to protect them because of that reason, right? So protecting invisible things or software is difficult than protecting visible things. So protecting visible things is easy, but protecting invisible software is difficult, right? Under the hardware, can you tell me what are the things that we can use to protect these hardware, physical devices? What are the measurements?
Control the dust.
Sorry?
Controlling dust.
Controlling dust, okay. How we can control the dust?
Use the dust filter.
Used dust filters. So rather than doing that, we can say we can protect it by air conditioning or sealed rooms, right? Or we can wipe in the dust, we can clean it. Right? These are the ways of protecting your computer from dust. Anything else other than the dust? Yes. Physically, how you can protect the computer physically. That's it. Physically, කොහොමද computer එකක් protect කරන්න පුළුවන්?
Water.
Sorry? Dust is one thing. You can protect the computer from dust. I agree. Anything else?
Insects.
From insects.
Yes, from insects and animals.
Insects?
From water, yes. From liquids, right? From liquids, water, from insects and animals. Sorry?
Use
From salty air.
From?
Salty air.
Yeah, from salty air, saline, right? Saline air or salty air. Fresh saline environments. Yes, we have to protect from, so these are the physical secure we can use. We have to protect from those things, from dust, from salty air or saline air, from water and liquids, and you have to protect computers from maybe dust, insects, animals like rats. Okay, is that all? Is that all? Anything else? We have already discussed this lesson, so I hope you can remember the answers. We have already discussed. I'm just summarizing that. Is that all? So what about theft? People are also enemies, right? There can be terrorists. There can be hackers, right? Hackers means like physically thieves, and then thieves, and then terrorism or enemies. These people, willful damages. Even kids can damage just for fun. Some are doing this, right? I was working in some, I don't want to mention the school, that is a leading college in Colombo. I was working in that as a computer teacher one time. Actually, this is like 10, not 10, actually, this is closer to 15 years ago. I was working there. So actually, I found, so these kids, actually, they were in grade 6, I guess, as I remember, yes. So they have changed the mouse. Change the mouse means, okay, let's say there are two computers. So what they have done is, they have swapped the mouse. Okay, this is, let's say this is a PC, this is another PC. What they have done, actually, one guy, he has, this is connected to this mouse is connected to this is normal situation. But actually, the guy or a boy from opposite side, he has swapped the mouse. This mouse is connected to this computer, and this mouse is connected to this computer. Now the kids working in these two computers, they are trying to move the mouse, and they are complaining. They were complaining, so mouse is not working. When I check, when he moved the mouse, it's moving the other one's, moves in the other one's string. And when he moves the mouse, it's moving in his friend's string. So what they have done is, he has swapped the mouse. That is for fun, but anyway, that is also a damage, right? The willful damages, these are called willful damage. Hitamata karna damages. That can be by terrorism, that can be for fun, that can be for revenge as enemy. So for revenging purpose, it can even be for hacking purpose. Right? These are also physical damages. Anything else? Anything else? So I'm just reminding you the things that we have learned. Insects, dust and pollen, salty air, liquids, thieves. What else? Yes, there are more. Heat, overheat. Right? Hardware can be due to overheat. Right? What else? Overheat. Can't be due to high power.
Rain.
Yes, rain, floods can be due to high power, right? Can be even due to high power, right? You can see, or maybe power shortages or power interruptions, right? So these are the things we discuss about: thieves, willful damage, overheat, high power, and dust and pollen, damage by rats and insects. So is that all? Yes, maybe another thing, that is natural disasters, as you said, natural disasters. That is volcanoes, flood, landslides, earthquakes. Right, these are landslides, earthquakes, these are natural disasters. Or terrorism can even be an issue. So please write down. So we have written up to hardware damages. We have written some, but we didn't write these points: natural disasters and terrorism, that can even be a cause. Overheat, yes. Theft, willful damage, high power, sudden power failures, yes. Okay, so for natural disasters, what is the solution? Yes, what is the solution? We
Use
learn
air
about the solution
conditioners.
also, right? What is the solution for natural disasters? Yes.
Air conditioners.
Huh? Air conditioners, volcanoes, floods, landslides. Can air conditioner can stop? Wow, wonderful. Can it stop them? ගිනි කඳු ඒවා එහෙම වළක්වන්න පුළුවන් air conditioner වලට. Flood, ගම් වතුර, නායයන්, භූමිකම්පා පුළුවන්ද? Can it?
Answer.
I learned that now, right? You know, wow. If I install air conditioner, I'm safe, right? No, we can't stop them. So the solution is backups, right? That means keep extra copies off-site. Keep extra copies off-site. That is the solution. And solution for terrorism is high security, or even it can even be backups off-site backups. So please write down this. Okay, today we are going to learn about the software damages or software threats. But before that, please write down these two, right? Computer software and data information threats. So that is the topic that we are going to discuss today. So please write down that. Right. So can you name a few? Can you list a few? So can you list a few software issues or data issues or information, the threats causing them? Yes. Yes. List a few software data issues. So you know a lot of hardware issues. You have listed a lot of hardware issues, hardware threats. So which can damage software? I'll give you one thing that can damage software: hacking or data is hacking. Can you list few more?
Virus.
Viruses, we can commonly say malware. Virus is one thing, no? Malware covers viruses, worms, trojans. Yes,
Trojans.
boxes, everything, right? That is malware. Yes. Hacking, malware, is that all?
Worms.
Worms is a malware. එකත් malware එකක්ම තමයි. Worms is also a malware. Other than that, worm කියනෙත් malware. Malware කියන ඕනම malicious software එකක්. ඕනම damaging, harmful, malicious software එකක් malware එකක් වෙනවා. Yes. Anything else? Come on. The hacking malware. So you all need to talk, Pute. Now I think you are not talking, right? Seems not like earlier days. You were talking earlier days when you're in grade 6. I can remember that you have given the answers, but when you're in grade 7, you're so silent. When you're
Our mistakes.
Sorry?
Our mistakes.
Our mistakes can be replacing, rewriting, overwriting. Or other user mistakes. Failure to save like things, right? Overwriting, rewriting, failure to save like user mistakes. That is also. Yes.
Cyber terrorism.
Cyber terrorism. Yes. Can be taken.
Phishing attacks.
Cyber terrorism. Phishing attacks. Yes.
Bullying.
Bullying actually damaging the users. Some actually considering about the things that damage software and hardware, bullying can damage users, right? Not basically the software.
Okay, sir.
Okay, it's damaging users. Anything else? Anything else?
Botnets.
Botnets. That is actually hacking. Botnet can be taken. Botnets. Right? Software failures and bugs, errors in software. Software failures and bugs or errors in software can also be an issue. Okay, let's go to the book and see what's there in the, okay, these are the hardware devices. So, okay, let's think about each hardware device and try to understand what are the failures that can cause this. Monitor can be pixel damages, high power issues, keyboard due to liquids, mouse due to liquids, insects, things can go wrong, right? Because if insects go inside this keyboard, it will short circuit that,
Kids,
right?
small kids.
Yeah, small kids, they are like misuse of this, maybe hitting the keyboard too hard. And when you think about the RAM, mainly the issues are due to power failures or misconnection or disconnection or high power, high voltage. So all these devices can be damaged due to high voltage, but hard disk due to shake, right? Due to shaking, right? The hard disk can be damaged or due to earthquakes, flood and all, natural disasters. And cooling fan, again, due to dust and pollen, maybe due to overheat or overrun. Then DVD due to dust, motherboard due to dust or liquids, power supply due to insects, dust, liquids. So these things can be damaged. We learn about that. So here we learn about the sudden power failures, then voltage flows, overheat, dust and pollen, insects, theft. So these are the issues we discuss about that. And we also discuss about the solutions like UPS, fuse. These are common solution to these problems. When you have UPS and when you have fuse, UPS is basically protecting the computer from power failures because it will give you a backup time. Computer ka off wunama backup time ekak dena to save and shut down your data. So it's giving you a backup time. Right, then not just that, then the fuse. Fuse is basically fuse will burn and protect your internal circuits. Fuse එකක් තියෙනකොට fuse එක පිච්චෙනවා. Fuse එක පිච්චිලා අපේ circuits ටික බේරලා දානවා. Fuse will burn and protect our circuits. That is why fuse is useful. And the surge protectors, basically when there is high voltage, high power, it's protecting our devices. Right? It is earth, it is sending it to earth and it is protecting our devices, especially when there is kind of thundering or like lightning, it will protect us. Okay, overheat can be solved with the air conditioners, right? That is the easiest way. And also the dust and pollen can be controlled with the air conditioners and fans. And not having food inside the lab, not having liquids, food inside the lab will protect our computers from, and not using shoes inside the lab will protect from the dust and also from the insects and animals. CCTV is useful in protecting from the theft. Locks and those things are used in protecting from these theft and willful damages. Okay, we have already discussed about these things. Then the computer software damages. So unauthorized access, which is hacking, right? We can also call unauthorized access. Please write down. Unauthorized access, unauthorized modification. So these things are there. Then natural disasters even can damage, right? And malware, we discussed that, overwriting or deleting file user mistakes. Then complications in the operating system, sudden power failures. So we couldn't write about that. Sudden power failures can damage data and software, and also natural disasters. Okay, please write down this quickly. These are the possible damages to software and data. How can we protect our computers from these threats? These are the common issues, no? Unauthorized access. So what are the possible ways of protecting our computers? So solutions. So you can write this in a, because we have already written this, you can write this in a separate line, right? So we can, okay, I'll do that. You can write it as a subheading, and then you can write as a solution. Okay, unauthorized access. So unauthorized access can be, this. You can accessing, modifying, modifications or alterations, damaging or deletion of data without proper authentication and authorization. Without proper authentication and authorization in illegitimate or illegal way. In an illegitimate or illegal way. That is, can be modification, or it can be alteration, it can be damaging, deleting this data, information, even software without authentication. They don't have a right. They don't have authentication. They don't have the proper username and password. And they don't have right to do that. So they are doing it illegally. So how can you stop or minimize? Minimizing. So it can be done by using strong usernames, strong passwords, basically. And so another thing is multi-factor authentication. I'll explain each of these things. So can be used multi-factor authentication. Biometric passwords. And you can use encryption. You can encrypt. You can use biometric passwords, strong passwords, multi-factor authentication. Using anti-malware. Used low privilege accounts. And also we can use physical security to protect from illegitimate access. Awareness. So that is most important. Okay, please write down this. I'll explain each of these to you next. Right. The first thing is use strong passwords that you know. So when you password is easy, it's like when it is like ABC123. So it is like everybody can guess your password and type your password and try to log in. For an example, some of you guys using date of birth as the password. Some of you are using your telephone number as the password. But this telephone number, date of birth, everybody knows. Some are using your favorite car name as the password. Some are using your school as the password. Some are using your name as the password. That also people can guess. These are called guessable passwords or dictionary-based passwords. Dictionary means it has some words. Right? These are guessable, easy to guess passwords. But don't use this easy to guess password. Some are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as the password. Right? So when you use easy passwords, what will happen? People will guess that. Therefore, it is advisable to use strong passwords. Means you can mix capital letters, simple letters, numbers together, and you can make password lengthy passwords. So then when you are using lengthy passwords, these things, and when you are using strong passwords, it's difficult to hack. So that is one thing. And multi-factor authentication means you have two mechanisms, actually, at least two. So it can be more, but you have two mechanisms. That means when you log into your computer, so let's say you type your email and password, but still it's not allowing you to log. It will send a code to your mobile phone. When you type the mobile phone code only, it is logging. You can ඔයාලා password එකක් ගහනවා, username, password, email එකේ ගහුවට log වෙන්න දෙන්නේ. ෆෝන් එකට message එකකුත් එනවා. මේ message එකත් හරියට verify කරාට තමයි log වෙන්න දෙන්නේ. Code එකක් ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට එන. There is a code coming as a verification code to your mobile, maybe your parents' mobile. Have you experienced such thing?
Yes.
Normally, yes, that can happen. When you type the correct username password, still you can't log in because it's asking to type the mobile phone verification code. So that is secure. Then just username and password. Why? If somebody hacked into this, so let's say somebody hacked into your account and they know your username password, but still they try to log in, but the code comes to your phone. Then they have to get your password. Not only that, they have to steal, and they have to find your phone as well. Therefore, it is little difficult to hack than the normal. So even your username and password is known, without your mobile phone, it is not possible to log. So that is important. And another thing. Another thing is biometric password. What are the biometric passwords?
Fingerprint, face recognition.
Fingerprint, face recognitions. These are biometric. Why these are biometric?
The password.
So you actually, it's checking a biological feature. It's checking a biological feature of the person. That biological feature is mostly unique to particular person. For an example, think that my fingerprint. So my fingerprint is unique to me. Normally, it cannot be copied, but there are mechanisms to copy that. Hackers are too advanced. They are having some technologies to copy that. But normally, under normal circumstances, normal situation, it is not possible to copy that biometric. Let's say my iris. Iris කියන්නේ අර ඇහැ ඇතුලේ තියෙන බෝලේ. Iris recognition කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. Iris recognition. Iris recognition is basically this part, but this is iris. Iris is, so people are telling iris is more unique than the fingerprint. Fingerprint එකටත් වැඩි unique කියලා කියනවා iris එක. So iris is used to analyze and iris is used as the password. Right? So that is basically another way of identifying. Iris, face, voice recognition, iris recognition. ඒවා unique නේ ගොඩක්. ඒ වගේන් unlock කරන්න face recognition, fingerprint based like recognition. So these are some biometric mechanisms. So that is difficult to copy. That is difficult to imitate. It is difficult to use this and unlock the computer or the device. Encryption. So what is encryption? Encryption මම එකපාරක් කිව්වත්ද කොහෙද? What is encryption? Can anybody remember what is encryption?
We use a code instead of the real message or something.
No.
Use code instead of real message.
A letter.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is actually altered way, altered yes, code or altered message. Rather than using a real message, you are using some altered message or different, edited or different kind of message. That is called encryption. Actually, Julius Caesar has used that in the war. So that I explained as Caesar cipher. The Caesar ගැන මං කියලා තියෙන Caesar has a problem when he was sending messages to his army. Right, when they send message to his army, so what he had a problem. This messengers was captured by the enemy soldiers and they used to read the message. එයාගේ ආමි එක අතේ යා message යවනකොට මේ messengers ලා මේගොල්ලන්ව capture කරලා තියෙනවා. මේගොල්ලෝ අල්ලගෙන ඊට පස්සේ මේ message එක read කරලා තියෙනවා. The messages. So what Julius Caesar has sent, these messages, they try to read these messages. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් නවත්ත ගන්න තමයි Julius Caesar කියලා තියෙන මේ message එක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් කරලා යවලා. When the message was changed, altered, the problem was එතකොට messengers ඒත් capture කරලා තියෙනවා. අල්ලගත්තට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි ඒක කියවන්න බැරි වෙලා තියෙනවා message එක, because it was hard to read the message because it was encrypted. හරි, encrypted කියන හින්දා කරපු හින්දා ඒක කියව ගන්න ගියාම ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. So this is the situation. This was called Julius Caesar cipher. Julius Caesar cipher. Right? Encryption is basically altering the original message and send a different message instead of sending the original message. The other party, right? The other party can get the altered message, but they can read it by altering back to the original message. That is actually decrypting. That is decrypting කියලා කියනවා අනිත් පැත්තෙන් මේ message එක read කරන එකට. So it is called decryption. Right, encryption, decryption. So these are also technologies. And what else? The next thing is anti-malware. That you know, antivirus, anti-spyware. ඒවා software එකකින් නවත්ත ගන්න පුළුවන්. Antivirus, anti-spyware, anti-malware, anti-adware. So these things can be stopped. Then the next is low privilege accounts. So what are these low privilege accounts? Can anybody explain that? Low privilege accounts. Privilege adu accounts. What are they? Yes. What are the low privilege accounts? Okay, do you know there are accounts called administrator accounts in your computer? Do you know or not know?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay. So there are some who actually don't know about that. So can anybody share the screen? Then I can show you that. Okay, I can see Abhinu's account. Abhinu, can you right click on this PC? Just right click on this PC and go to manage. This PC ke right click and manage and show more options. I think you can see show more options and that and manage is there. Okay, others can also try. Go to this PC and manage. Right, go to this PC and manage, and there is something called user management. But some of you cannot see because if you have like basic versions of Windows, and if you have like illegally activated or inactivated like accounts, sometimes you cannot see, or basic privilege accounts also cannot see, and the basic versions of Windows also you cannot see that. Here in Abhinu's one, he cannot see the users, I think, right? Yes, it is not there. Can you right click on the system tools, Abhinu? No, help is only there. No, it's not there. Right, anyway, so you can do this using control panel. Go to the control panel. Meanwhile, I'll give you a chance. Somebody else can also share the screen. Then go to the user accounts. And there you can see the change account type, and you can see there are multiple type of accounts. Here, yes, you can see all three accounts are administrators. Then you are in a dangerous position. When you access, when a hacker comes to your account, hacker will also become administrator. That is the thing. එතකොට hacker කෙනෙක් ආවොත් අබිනුගේ account එක hack කරන hacker administrator කෙනෙක් විදිහට තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. That is the thing. Right? You can actually have one account, right? Have one account with some limited privileges. You can use that account to access internet. Right? Have one account and yes, change account type. You can change the account type to normal standard users. Just have at least one account as standard user. Right, okay, let's see this in, now you have changed, you know how to change it. So you can go to the account type and change it to standard user, family and the users, and then yes, you can click on the user and change the account type to a standard user. Okay, let's see someone else's screen. Have one account at least, non-administrative account, right? So you can go to users or right click and manage this PC. Then you can see, I think. Here you can see the users and groups, local users and groups. Can you see? In this one, I think this is where on his computer, you can see the local users and groups. Under that, please go to the users. There you can see some accounts are there. This administrator account is there, and Leisha, Veron, 2 accounts are there. And can you right click here in the empty place and you can try to create a new account, new user. And this new user, you can give a username. Let's give test. And no need to give the full name and all. Give the password 123122. It's a very simple password. And untick user must change the password at the next login. Enter the username. Username is test here, and password is some simple password. Then create the account and close it. And you can see the new account is here. You can right click, and then you can go to the properties, and then you can see the member of option. Member of. There you can see it's a standard user. It's not. But if you want to make that user administrator, you can go to add and administrator. You can search, find now. Okay, advanced, find now. And you can see different administrator. You can add if you want. And if you want, you can add the guest. So guest is a low privilege account. Click OK. Now you can click OK, and then after that you can remove the user. User remove the unknown. Now remove the user. Right click, remove. No, you can see the remove button there. You can apply, and now the user will become a guest user. User will have small privilege, right? So එතකොට guest එකෙන් ඔය internet ගියොත් test එකෙන් ගියොත් when you access internet from this test, the users that actually the hacker, if hacker come to your account, hacker will get the low privilege. So hacker cannot do more. So when the activity, when you are doing a suspectable, like when you are having, when you are in a suspectable environment, such as internet, internet is highly risky environment. When you are accessing such environment, it is advisable to use low privilege accounts. Okay, can anyone else share the screen? I'll teach another one. So then you can see that also. Okay, sharing. And the Shevins, you can just use the username Shevin. The password, you can use a simple one. Don't use spaces. Don't use spaces for username. Don't use spaces for username. Okay? So don't use spaces for username. Just use a simple password for the password. Right? Then use the tree. Yes, user must change password. Just untick that. Create it. Close it, and you can see the, when you close it, you can see the account. Okay. Right, then you can go to that account, right click and go to properties and change the account type. Member of, yes, member of. You can remove the user and add the guest to give the low privilege. Right, that is how you do it. Anyone else wish to share? I really like if a newcomer or a member who cannot do, who don't know, can share. So this, you don't have the users and all, but still you can do. Abhinav, how can we do without this? Yes, can you tell again? I think add new user in the PC settings. If Abhinav is there, you can tell, right? There, yes, there you can see. You can add a new setting. You can see family and other users. Yes. There you can add a user account, add other user. I don't have, okay, can use. Okay, here you can see the create add the user without a Microsoft account. Then you are given a chance to create a new user. You can create a user test maybe again. Use a simple password for the movement. When you access internet, you can use this account. Oh, you have to use the security questions also. Okay, that you know how to do, right? Because when you're creating from here, you have few troubles because you will be given password tips, password remembering options. Password you can answer these questions and you can get the password back. So you can just try this, right? I'll shift to someone else's account. Who else wish to share? Okay, Manud. Right, Manoj, you can see this option is there. No, you can easily do that with that option, right? Okay. I don't think that you need help, right? You can do it alone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Basuru. Yes, Basuru, you are not add user without a Microsoft account. Then you can create an account similar to how that our other user did. Enter the password and then the recovery options දාන්න ඕන. Password අර මොනවාද pet name ඒ වගේ ටික දාලා තමයි හදන්න ඕන. Right? Okay. Re-enter password එකට ආයෙත් දාන්න ඕන password එක. Anyone else? Danuri. Yes, right click Danuri and go to manage. You can see the local users and groups. ඒක තමයි ලේසිම හදන්න. If you cannot see this, you have to go to the user settings in the control panel. There you have to double click on the users and open that users. Then right click on the space, just double click on it. And here you can right click and you can just create, add new user there. And you can give the username, let's say, let's give Danuri or something. And untick this. Please untick this. User must change password. And you can give a simple password here and repeat the same password. Why I'm asking you to give the simple password, otherwise you will forget that. Or if you're given a complex password, please make sure that you have written it in somewhere, because otherwise you will forget this password, right? So that is happening normally. Okay. So anyone else need help, please let me know.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, and before I asked you how to change my password when I forgot my password. How to do that?
Do you have this computer management, the user management part in the computer management?
No, local user and groups one, no?
Yes.
No, sir, I showed you.
Even after creating the user account?
Yes, sir.
හැදුවට පස්සෙවත් පෙන්නන්නේ?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, no, sir.
Yes or no again? Yes, no. No.
No, sir.
Okay, can you show me the screen? Can you go to the manage again? I think you have the basic version of Windows. That's one reason that I cannot see that.
So there's nothing. No?
Yeah, there's nothing. So you can go to the control panel there. Control panel. Please go to the control panel. There, go to the users, user accounts. User accounts. Here you can go to the user name that you wish to change the password. Or you can go to the manage other user accounts. Please go to manage other user accounts. There you can see, select the account that you want to manage. Okay. Then go to the change password. Then you can change it.
So I know that there is a password.
You cannot remember the password. That is a magical. So then you are going to hack your computer. So
but
you can go to the you can go to the command prompt. Go actually search command prompt. Search command prompt. Not this. This is not supporting. Search command prompt. From the search again, search command. Okay, right click on the command prompt and open as administrators. Run as administrator.
It won't work.
Huh? Right click on the command prompt and run.
When I'm working, it's not showing anything.
I cannot see that. Just right click.
Yes, I'm working.
So can you click on the triple dots in front of that? So this is Windows. So this is what all you can see. Okay, go to the command prompt. Let's give a try. I'm not sure. So this is not the administrative version. So just type net user. Enter. In which account you need to change the password?
This one, Abinu.
Then type net user Abinu asterisk. Net user. After that Abinu. After that asterisk. Enter. Give a password 123 and 123 again. It's not type in, but type 123 and press enter. It's not type in, I know that, but type it and press enter. Again, type the same and press enter. So that is not matching. So you have typed something else. Access is denied means you don't have the privileges to do that, right?
Why?
That is the problem. You have to run this as the administrator. That is the reason. You have to run as administrator. So you can try to open by shift and right click in the desktop. Shift right click kala shift press karagena right click kala. Can you see open show more options and open Windows terminal? Still you cannot see the terminal. So this is not. So you have to run it as the administrator. That is the problem, right? PowerShell you can use the same commands in PowerShell and free. But I think your account is like it's not a super user account. That's the reason. Actually, when you right click, you should see the administrative privileges. If you cannot see,
This is something happened to even Notepad or Doc, calculator, camera does not work, and photos as well.
Did you install any kind of theme application? Theme
That means
that's the reason. Uninstall the theme and see.
I don't understand what's theme.
I think there is a theme. This is not the original theme, right?
It means how can I
Transformation pack එකක් දැම්මද මොකක් හරි එහෙම එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Theme එකක් හරි transformation pack එකක් හරි දාන්න. Try to system reset. Reset means like restore, not restore. Try to system reset and try it again. Okay, to do it Ubuntu, you have to do the same again. There is a command like the different commands to do that. So I cannot now remember that past WD as I remember, but I need to verify that and tell you.
How to like open CMD without searching means one as administrator. Can we open it in file explorer?
No.
Or some kind of?
Can anybody share the screen other than Abhin? Basiru search කරන්නකො ඔය Windows 11 තියෙන කෙනෙක් නෙවෙයි Windows 10 තියෙන කෙනෙක් share කරන්න මට. So I am sharing get 10 the තියෙන. Search කරන්නකො CMD. Can you right click? There you can see the run as administrator. That is easy. So then you can see the command prompt with the system 32. ඔන්න ඔහම තමයි එන්නේ හරියට run කරා. Right? The run as administrator. These are advanced options. Others don't think about this, right? So they are asking some extra questions. Others don't disappoint, right? So that's why I respond. So we have already discussed the lesson. I just answered the question that they have asked, right? Otherwise, I'm sure that others will disappoint when I tell these things. These are special commands. You will slowly learn this in future when you get such issues. Right? That is a special command to change your password. Net user and the username, then you can change the password. So that is a special command that you will learn in advance. Anyway, so this lesson you need to learn what is a low privilege account. Low privilege account is non-administrative account, which is having limited features. In this limited features, similar to the message that Abhinu got, it prompts a message saying, you can't do this. Your access is denied. You can't open this. Likewise, it's limiting you some of the tasks. Right? Physical protection is very important, and the awareness. Awareness means you need to know about the things. Don't click here and there. Don't download apps from unverified apps from internet and install. Don't transform your computer by installing different transformation packs. It is okay to see them. Okay to experience them, but you have to always think about the consequences or the results, right? So if you have high secure data, don't do that. But if you don't have high secure data, you can test. එච්චර secure data නැත්නම් ඔයාලා ඕන එකක් දාගෙන test කරලා බලන්න. මොකද ඕන වෙලාවක reset කරන්න පුළුවන්. But if you have important data, don't do that. If you have important data, protect your computer. If you don't have important data, you can do anything. Even a hacker comes, it doesn't matter, because what to hack? Nothing to hack, right? So that is the thing. Okay, Pute, let's discuss the remaining things related to these other topics, malware, rewriting and all. So what to do about these things in the next day. And good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir.
Right, sir.